the added labor of 1 plus 1ing, 2 plus 2ing. No one needs that. You don't need that. You don't deserve that. You deserve much, 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 much more. So please. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back, honey. And if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you stay. I hope you stick around. Take a tour. You just might like it. Actually, I know you will. So on today's video, I'll be talking about 6 things I've learned from living with endometriosis. So the first thing, I'll be reading from my notebook. I took a few notes because I don't want to forget. I think everything that I'm about to mention is really important. So yeah. So the first thing, the importance of a community. I can't stress this enough. I think I've spoken about this before, probably didn't emphasize it enough times, but I'm here for that today. So guys, the importance of a community. Having a community when you are struggling with a chronic illness is really paramount. It's one of the most important things you can have, simply because you can't do this thing alone. You need people you can talk to. You need people who will extend grace towards you if you can't make an event or if you can't show up for them in ways that you would have liked to. So yeah, I don't want to keep saying it's important because it is, but I just can't stress it enough without repeating this statement. For me, I have one of the most supportive friends ever. I come from a home with very supportive people. My mom is my star. She's my superstar. My younger sister is my rock. And I have seen these characteristics transplanted in the friendships that I have. So I have friends who have shown up for me from the minute I discovered that I had endometriosis. I had a friend who I was speaking to the night before, and I was just worried before my initial doctor's appointment. I was worried about what the outcome would be. I was worried about how my life would change after getting a certain diagnosis because I didn't know what was going on. I was nervous to find out what was going on. And I did get a little, like, some form of relief from finding out what was the actual problem. But prior to that, I was just a ball of nerves. But I'm not the kind of girl who's always at the doctor. I don't know if it's like the home that I come from, but we don't have a culture of getting sick or going to the doctor often. So it was one of those things. And I'm not friends with the person right now, but it was really great to have someone to hold me and to extend grace towards me and to be there for me. And of course, your community throughout, like, life, as you grow, as you change, as you evolve, you won't be friends with the same people. Your friendships with other people could get stronger, some could fizzle out, but just I think it's important to just have that core, to have your tribe, to have your circle, and I feel like I do. But also, in as much as it's been great with the people that are there for me and those who show up for me and those who are very understanding, they have been friendships that haven't really haven't stood the test of time. And I think also people don't talk about that because even when starting my channel, I had friends who didn't, I guess they didn't react in a way that I would have expected them to because of the kinds of positions that they had in my life. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a very small circle of friends. You could literally count the number of friends I have on one hand. And so I try, because they're not that many, I try to pour in as much as I can to every single friendship. My friends aren't friends, so that's quite costly, but I try to see them as often as I can, to talk to them. And I'm in this phase of life where things are changing. We are out of school now. Some people are still doing school. Some people are still in school doing postgraduate studies. Others are working. People are moving out. Some of us still stay at home. So we're in this weird transitionary phase where it's really hard to maintain friendships, but I try my level best to do that, to show up for people. I'm a really firm believer in reciprocation. And so what I put in, I'd like to get that back. And so with this, when I started my channel, I, like with any friendship, you have expectations. So I expected some of my friends to have reacted a certain way, for example, share my videos, like a video, comment. You don't have to watch all of them. You probably don't have time to do that, but like it would be nice if you watched one video and you were like, hey Shuma, I saw your video when you were talking about flares. I didn't know this, I didn't know that. That must have been really hard for you, but I'm really proud of you. Or I liked what you said about this. Or I didn't know about this. Also, most people don't know about endometriosis. So my friends, the day ones, watch my videos for education. Apart from following some in Instagram accounts that raise awareness around endometriosis and such, they also watch my videos for that um added knowledge, too, so they know how to be there for me and to support me. And so that's what I was expecting, and I didn't receive that from most people. From most people who I called my friends, there's some who didn't say a thing from the minute the first video dropped to when because I first dropped the first video. I dropped the first video, and then I waited like a month before I talked about it on Instagram, because I was just like, damn, I'm not ready for everyone to be in my business like that. And I wanted to give myself enough space to change my mind if I needed to. So I post a video, I find that actually this is not for me, this is too personal for me, it's too much, or too much something, it's too big of something for me to share. I can always delete it, and then no one is gonna be surprised, no one is gonna judge me before I bring anyone else along with me on the journey. And so during that time where I was having these conversations with myself, this is something that I prayed about before starting, of course. But also, when you do something like this, when you put your life out there, and it's not even like the glamorous parts of your life, you will feel some type of way, especially if you're a private person like I am. And so I felt like some of my friends weren't there for me to hold my hand. I'm also not gonna be a bitch about it, because this is a really sensitive topic, so they probably didn't know how to be there for me. But it's all a thing of communication, and just asking, hey, this is what you're going through, I see what you're doing, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Then we can have a conversation from there. Don't just be quiet. And that's a lot of what I experienced, and some of those friendships have fizzled out, unfortunately. And so yeah, I didn't expect people to not react. My friends, of course, I didn't expect some of my friends to not react, or to not say anything at all, or to not offer some sort of support. You know what I'm saying? So that is really hard. But yeah, having a community is important. There will be nights where you can't sleep, and it really helps to have someone to talk to. I have a best friend, one of my best friends, who, man, I can't speak about her without like crying, because from day one, when I shared this, so the friends that I've had prior to my diagnosis have known about this. They've been on the journey with me. It gets a little bit tricky when you make new friends, and it's a thing of negotiating when to share, how much to share. Am I sharing too soon? What if this friendship doesn't really last? Now you're walking away with my business. I don't need all of that. So with her, straight off the bat, I just felt comfortable with her. We were sharing, and I told her. And when I tell you, she has been that girl. She has really been that girl. And like I said, there will be nights where you can't sleep because you're in so much pain. You can't fall asleep. There will be nights where the medication is keeping you up because of side effects. For example, you could be battling with nausea throughout the night, or yeah, your stomach is running also. So I have had so many of those nights. I remember this other time when I had started taking Clara, and one of the side effects for me was like really, really frequent bowel movements. And so I was running into that bathroom in and out throughout the night. And so at first I was asleep, and then I think I got up at 3, and then my body wouldn't let me sleep. And then I remember just feeling so weak. If your stomach is running, guys, you know how diarrhea works. If that has happened to you, you know that you lose so much energy, and you don't want to do it anymore. And I remember just like coming back into bed, lying there, and I was like, I'm not gonna wake my mom up. She goes through enough. I'm not gonna wake my sister up. She has school the next day. I don't have a partner to talk to at that time. I don't have a partner to talk to. Let me vent. And so I sent my friend, one of my best friends, a VN. I think it was 20 minutes. And I think in our friendship right now, we've established that, girl, the VNs we welcome the more than 10-minute VNs. And so I sent her the VN and I was just like talking. And you know, when you have a like, if you are one of those people who speak so freely with your best friends, you know how VNs work. Like you will just ramble and then you're breathing and then you're coughing and you're, oh, I forgot to tell you this, I forgot to say that. So that's what was happening. And then I was just like telling her how I feel. I'm so exhausted. Why does my body keep doing this to me? I can't. I'm in like I'm very uncomfortable. I can't sleep, blah, 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 blah. I was just speaking. The minute I finished that V and we were like on like 22 minutes, and I was like, no judgment. She's not going to judge me. Of course, every time I do that, she's like, damn, girl. Like, what the hell did you need to say? And she listens to it and then she finds out what I wanted to say. And then after sending the V, and I just felt so relieved. I felt at peace. Oh, I think it's raining. It's drizzling. Oh my gosh. Okay. I felt so at peace. I felt like, whew, I could breathe. A weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. That's how I felt. And you need people like that who will just listen without judgment. Even if they don't do anything, they're just there to listen to you. They're just there to hear you out. This rain is distracting me. Sorry, guys. They're just there to hear you out. They give you the space to speak, to scream, to cry, and all of those things. And I don't do that with all my friends. I mean, I'm close with all of them, but I have friends for different reasons, and different friendships awaken like different sensibilities and vulnerabilities within me. So not to say that I have like a hierarchy of friends where I speak to whoever about this and I don't speak to whoever about that. No, but I have a friend who I could send a 20-minute long VN in the AMs crying because I'm in so much pain and I don't know why I have to go through all of this at this age, and why me, all of that stuff, lamenting essentially. And then I have a friend who I didn't sleep the night before. I could text her, I could text him, and then we could just go out for a lunch date tomorrow because the next day, because those make me feel better. So just like pour into your friendships and make sure that you have friends who you trust, because this is a big part of your life that you're sharing with people. Have friends who have your back, who will give you support, more than anything, a sounding board. They don't have to give you advice. You don't have to seek advice. It's just a thing of all the time. I mean, you don't have to seek advice all the time. It's just a thing of having someone hear you out and listen and just be like, I hear you, and affirm your experiences. The last thing you need is for someone to be like, really, you're crying because of that? Surely the pain wasn't that bad. Surely you're exaggerating. You don't need that. You need someone who's gonna be like, bestie, damn, that's a lot, but I'm here for you. I'm here if you need anything. And take people up on their offers. Most of the time, I'm a very hyper independent person. Toxic trait, I know. I don't like asking for help, but I'm unlearning that. And whenever my friends say things like, let me know if you need anything, or I'm always a text away, or I'm always a call away, or I'm just there, just tell me and I'll drop everything and I'll be there. I used to say yes until I stopped just saying it and actually taking them up on their offers, because they want to be there for you. So allow people to be there for you within this community that you have cultivated for yourself. Allow people to do what they want to, to do what they are offering. So if someone says, text me anytime, text them anytime, call me anytime, call them anytime, so that you utilize the people in your life, because you will need them, honey. You will need them. So yeah, there's some people who possibly won't have the capacity for you in their lives at that moment, because this whole endo stuff is quite heavy. Not everyone is welcoming of your 20-minute long BNs. Not everyone wants you to call them and cry. Not everyone wants to see you just to cheer you up. Not everyone understands when you cancel appointments or you cancel dates or whatever. So have people who just have a certain level of empathy and who get it. To get it means to have done a little bit of research to understand. Guru, when Shuma says, I have a flare, I'm not making it up. I'm not being dramatic. I'm not being whatever it is you want to say. It's a serious thing. And so your community needs to understand what endometriosis is, so they can be able to support you in ways accordingly. And sometimes they won't know how to support you. So it's a thing of having a conversation. One of my friends asked me, Guru, okay, if you are not okay, what would you like me to do? And I just felt like that was such a really honest question, because I could be like, give me support, all of that. But you've got to be specific. And love languages also translate to friendships. And so most of the time people would help you in a way that makes sense to them, but you don't really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a thing of me sitting down with them and telling them exactly what I need in this moment. Also, your community, coming back to your immediate family, my mom is a very supportive person, but our love languages aren't aligned. And so we also had a conversation the other time about, we had to have that conversation about what it is that I need. You know, what it is that I need from you in this moment. I don't like waking her up, but she feels as though if I don't wake her up whenever I'm having a flu or whatever, I am, she feels like hurt by it. And so we had to speak about expectations, we had to speak about also boundaries, you know what I'm saying. And so I'm saying a lot, I don't want to just dwell on one thing, and I've been, so this is just it. Yeah, just the importance of a community. The community is like at the center of everything. This is you, this is your community. They are important. They will carry you, they will hold you, they will shield you, they will pray with you, they will cry with you, they will pull you back up when you are falling. They will just be everything that you need. God sends these people into your life because he can't just jump down physically from heaven and be there for you. This could be God or whoever you believe in. So yeah, great. Before I start crying, number 2, the second thing I've learned from living with endo is the relationship you have with your body will change. Oh honey, the relationship you have with your body will change. If I could have sat down with Shuma at that time, who didn't know she had endo, who hadn't gone to see all those gynaes and stuff like that, that would be one of the first things I would have told her. The relationship you have with your body will change. Simply because you will not like being in your body for most of the time. Your body will be, being in your body will be painful. It will be uncomfortable, especially with what comes with being in your body. The pain, the discomfort, the side effects from taking medication, the fatigue, you know. There have been moments when I've been so exhausted, and I'm in my early 20s. You would expect me to have so much energy, to have the capacity to do so many things, but most of the times I have not had that capacity. And so it's just been a thing of negotiating with my body what it is that I can or can't do at certain times. And wait. Oh yeah. So I'm talking about things like flares, I'm talking about things like when you get bloated, like it's not nice being in your body sometimes, for me that is. And so if you have endo or other gynecological / reproductive issues, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you know someone who has these issues, just know that, just sometimes be kind, be nice. Don't make weird comments like, oh, you're so lazy, you're always tired, oh, why are you always sleeping, why are you always complaining about your back, why you always don't be that girl. Don't be a hater, please. So yeah, I'm not gonna dwell too much on this one. It is a bit self-explanatory. The relationship you have with your body will change. You could go from being someone who's very active. I used to go to the gym a lot. Will I insert a picture? If I feel like it, I might insert a picture here or here. We'll see. And I was that girl. I was a fitness bunny. I think I've mentioned this in a video before. I was a fitness bunny. I was that girl until I wasn't. So you could go from being extremely active to not being as active as you would like. And so now it's a thing of figuring out how you can still be active without doing the things that you used to do. You will have to adjust your diet. So I'm a big foodie. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this. I'm a big foodie. And so I've tried so hard to not let endo affect my relationship with food. And so far it hasn't, so that's been great. But your relationship with food could also change because you have to adjust your diet to suit your bodily needs. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. That's where I'm gonna stop. The relationship you have with your body, it will change. It's just a thing of being patient. It's just a thing of extending grace to yourself. I speak a lot about grace because I know what grace is. I know what it feels like. I know what it's like when it's extended towards me. I also know what it's like to give myself grace. So this is something you can also learn from this video, hopefully. And then the third one, the importance of having a good and understanding partner. You see with this one, oh honey, you can't just be dating whoever. You need to make sure that the person you are romantically involved with is someone who has sense, someone sensible, someone with a brain, number one. Because, hey, you spend a lot of time with your partner, eh? And you'd need someone who gets it, you know? And I feel like you spend more time with your romantic partner than with your friends. So you can't be with someone. Oh, now the lighting is adjusting. I hope this, guys, please bear with me. Bear with me, guys. Okay. You can't be with someone who doesn't get it. You can't be with someone who is ignorant to your plight. You need someone with empathy. For example, if your partner is the one who plans the dates in the relationship, plans a date for this Friday, and you haven't seen each other in a while because we are busy, and you cancel, the last thing you already feel guilty for canceling. So it's like, oh my gosh, my body doesn't want me to go out there and have a good time. So you feel guilty for canceling. Now you're asking yourself, when will I see this person again? Because my schedule has been busy, so has their schedule been busy? And then you cancel. The last thing you need is for someone this partner of yours, to make it about them. The last thing you want is to be blamed. The last thing you want is for someone to make you feel. The last thing you want is for someone to make you feel worse than you already feel. Right. So I say this to say, please be mindful of the kinds of people you date. Please be mindful of the kinds of people you spend your time with. You know, endometriosis is a whole body disease, also. So if you are engaging with this person sexually, if you have a sexual relationship with your partner, one of the symptoms of endo is painful sex. So make sure that this is with someone who is mature, who gets it, because it's not always going to be fun and sunshine and roses and easy. It's a thing of communication. You have to walk this person through certain steps. You'll have to have certain conversations, and this must be a person you are willing to be vulnerable with and be open with, right? So for example, if you're taking medication, certain pills they drop your libido. They might make you sex repulsed. They might cause depression. These things would hinder you from showing up in the capacity of a girlfriend, for example, that you would normally show up in. So if your partner is used to you behaving a certain way, acting a certain way, initiating things in a certain way, or initiating things, period, there are gonna be some moments where you won't be able to do that, and your partner needs to get it. So having a good and understanding partner will give you peace of mind, and it's that added support. It's the community you have, then it's the partner to boost the support you have in your life. Just give it a knock, an extra knock, because you will need it. If you have endo, you go through so much stress and so many worries and so many anxieties. The last thing you need is a partner who just doesn't get it. Date people who like you. Date people who understand you. I think if someone loves you, they will do the research all on their own. Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, whatever. All I'm saying is it's important to have a partner who is kind, caring, considerate, understanding, intentional, and reciprocative of your energy, because these things will carry the relationship when you can't. Oh yeah, I remember. You need a partner who will go out there and do research all on their own. For example, if you're straight, you can't date a man who doesn't know what a flare is, who doesn't know what bloating looks like, who's going to drag you to hell because of all the pills that you take, making jokes like, you're a drug dealer, hey? You are a fiend, or whatever. Like, people who are insensitive. If you are dating men, try to date men who like women. And women, and who don't just like women romantically, but also platonically, like men who appreciate women as people. Because if you want to date a misogynist baby, they don't get it. And you will have to do the labor of explaining to an adult, a fully grown adult. Are we fully grown because we're still growing? Or are we aging? Whatever. But you'll have to like go in there with the added labor of 1 + 1ing, 2 + 2ing. No one needs that. You don't need that. You don't deserve that. You deserve much, 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 much more. So please. And also, women can also, like, there are women who hate other women. And if you are dating a woman who hates women, baby, all I'm saying is if you have endo, try to make your life as smooth and easy as possible. And date people who care, date people who are aware, date people who read. It wouldn't kill you to open a book and read it. It wouldn't kill you to celebrate Endometriosis Awareness Month. Oh, guys, I almost forgot. I went straight into the video. Happy Endometriosis Awareness Month, cuties. So if you're dating someone who doesn't even know what that is, and you have endo, and this is someone you call your partner, do better. Do better, my love. But yeah, also energy. This person will sink you to the ground if they don't know what's up. So you need someone who will be understanding. Endo is an availability game. You won't be available for all those dates. Sometimes calls have to be cut short. Sometimes you have to give me belly rubs. You have to massage me because I'm not up for it. If your feet get swollen, who's doing the massaging? You know what I'm saying? So date people who like you, who would be willing to do these things. You can't be asking, oh, I don't feel well, could you? I don't feel well, could... No, they need to offer. You know? I feel like I could go on and on and on because this is something I really believe in. Guys, I really believe in having a good partner. I don't know if dating men or what, but anyway. The third one, on the fourth one, having a vagina is a lot of work, and having endo makes it worse. So some women have more sensitive vaginas compared to others. Right. So if you have endo, one of your problems is the constant pill taking, the pill popping. If you know how pills work, you would know that they have side effects. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, let me not be so sarcastic, but so pills have side effects, and these things can really aggravate your body, and they can really mess up your pH balance, right? So certain pills can cause yeast infections, they can cause UTIs, they cause a variety of things. And so if you have a sensitive vagina, just know that it will be more sensitive because of the endo. So you have to double up, honey. Drink more water. Lean more on cranberry juice. Take your vaginal hygiene up a notch. We're talking maybe bathing more than twice or 3 times a day. We're talking changing your underwear often, because also when your pH balance is compromised, it changes the consistency and the smell of your discharge. So it's also a thing of like fixing problems. So endo causes problems. You try and solve them with pills. One of the problems being fundamentally pain. You want to solve those problems with pills. The pills are causing other problems. So it's a thing of stitching. You're stitching, you're fixing, you're bandaging. You're just trying to fix. Sometimes that's just what it is, just fixing. And so you also have to fix your pH balance. Are you comfortable? You know what I'm saying? So having a vagina, those who have vaginas, no, it is a lot of work. You sit on the wrong toilet, huh? UTI. You even like squat over a toilet, UTI. You don't wear cotton underwear maybe once because you're wearing a dress and you want to wear seamless underwear, and the seamless underwear that you were able to get is not cotton. It's not made of cotton. UTI. Yo, the underwear is too tight. UTI. There's so many things, and then having endo aggravates them. So when you have endo, you have to be a little bit more careful. You have to be a little bit more cautious. So yeah, that's it. Like, oh my gosh, vagina Olympics. I don't know. I'm not gonna say take these things like gynecology and stuff like that because I really don't believe in them. But at the end of the day, baby, you do what works for you. So whatever it is that helps you regulate your hormones, whatever it is that helps regulate your pH balance to bring it back to what you know it to be, do that. Do what you need to do, but also do your research and just be careful. And don't listen to other people. Listen to the people that matter, like your intuition, your gynae. So yeah, just do what makes sense for you. But also remember that pills will fuck you up, baby. Pills will mess you up because you're loaded with so many things that cause so many side effects. And so this is one thing that you should walk into your, if you've just discovered that you have endo, as you walk into this journey, walk in with the knowledge that one of the things that you'll constantly be fixing is your pH balance, is your your pH balance, because I think your pH balance affects everything. One of the things you'll be constantly fixing is your pH balance, and you'll be like monitoring, just stay on the lookout for any change in the smell of your discharge, the consistency, the texture. Are you uncomfortable? You know what I'm saying? Just like take care of the girl, take care of her, she will take care of you. Okay. Number 5, how you dress will change. How you dress will change. Oh honey, it will change. It will change because of a couple of reasons. One of those is endo belly. So endo belly is when you have endo, one of the symptoms is feeling bloated, either because of what you've eaten, like dairy products, red meat, or just from as a side effect of the medication you're taking, or because you have endo. Sometimes things happen just because you have endo and we can't explain it. So the bloating, the endo girlies have coined it endo belly. Endo belly is essentially getting bloated. If you get bloated often, you are constantly in a state of bloatation. Don't quote me, it's my word. It will affect how you dress. So if you were that girl who was always like wearing the tight dresses, the bodycon dresses, and like everything is like snatched and cinched in, if you're bloated, you might feel self-conscious, and that might cause you to veer away from that kind of clothing because of your own personal choices and your own feelings towards them. Nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is how you dress will change because of how your body looks, because of how your body feels. Sometimes you just want to be comfortable. So many times when I get home from work, I change. Because when I'm at work, I'm representing, of course. But when I get home, I want to be comfortable. And also I do dress for comfort, but that's not my main prerogative. I dress to show up, but also with comfort in mind. But when I get home, I want to be more comfortable because after like a long day of work, I want to come back home and just rest, right? So many times I find myself changing into shorts, sweatpants, oversized t-shirts because those are more comfortable. I don't wear skinny jeans as much as I used to, because also tight clothing does cause flares and it aggravates me and makes me very, very uncomfortable. So my wardrobe has changed slightly. You will find me in midi skirts, you'll find me in loose and long flowy dresses, you'll find me in things that don't like, I think man. How do I say that in English? Things that don't like if you're looking at me, you won't like see where my belly button is and stuff like that. You know, clothes like that just like expose you. We can see your uterus and stuff. No, I don't know those things. Also because of aesthetics, and also primarily because of comfort and how my body looks and how it feels. Sometimes I wanna look good. I wanna be comfortable. So it's also a thing of like negotiating style and comfort. Go into your wardrobe, you'll figure it out. When you go shopping, you'll figure it out. You will see, like, sometimes just ask yourself, do I choose, it's unfair, but sometimes ask yourself, do I choose comfort over style? Sometimes you can have them both. I feel like I've been achieving that to some degree, because also like certain things won't be 100% comfortable, like sweatpants and shorts. But hey, that's one of those things. So yeah, how your body will change. How you dress how you dress will change. Definitely. Also, I mentioned in one of my first videos that one of the causes of flares is tight clothing. So baby, if you have endo, or if you know someone who has endo, tell them that tight clothing, if you have sensed a pattern, like every time you are in jeans, oh, you have a flare, or it's this tight dress, oh, you have a flare, I'm not saying stop wearing tight clothing, just space it out. Choose when you wear it and for how long. If you're going out the entire day, maybe don't wear those jeans. If it's like a lunch day, 2, 3, 4 hours, Nyana, wear that, come back home and be comfortable. Whatever works for you. Like, these things are tailored. Make them, like, engage with them, treat them in such a way that they make sense for you. And then number 6, the last one, your relationship with your gynae will easily become one of the most important relationships in your life. So when you have endo, the relationships are like this. Number 1, we have your relationship with yourself. Like, you will be alone most of the time. We are alone most of the time, with endo or without endo. So there are moments where you're negotiating with yourself, you are talking to yourself, you're coaching yourself through moments, you are talking yourself through certain periods of pain, through flares. You are, like, having these conversations with yourself. Like, let's say you're asleep. I make this example a lot. You're asleep and then boom, out of nowhere comes a flare. Now you're asking yourself, do I get up now? Do I take the painkiller now? Like, so your relationship with yourself will have to be like, you need to love yourself. You can't be dragging yourself, pulling yourself down, pulling yourself apart. You don't need that. The second relationship is the one you have with people around you. So I'm talking about your community, your partner, your friends, your family, all of that fun stuff. The third one, the relationship you have with your gynae. Actually, I'm gonna swap them. The first important one, the most important one. Okay, it's the relationship you have with yourself, then the relationship you have with your gynae, then the relationship with the community. Yeah, because your gynae will have to become your friend. This is someone who will see your vagina. Like, I once went for a scan. Was it an ultrasound? This is like 2, 3 years ago. And that doctor was up there, hey? The doctor was up there, and I was quite uncomfortable because it was my first time seeing that man. One of my mini horror stories surrounding endo. Anyway, so you need to have a gynae who you are comfortable around. This person will see things people have never seen before. So you also have to be like comfortable with showing them that. You have to be honest. If you've been having flares and you know that you're not supposed to be having so much dairy, and you pass out one day from all the pain, because it happens, and you go to your gynae and she asks, preferably for me, a female gynae, please, what have you been eating? You can't lie. There's certain people you don't lie to. Someone said, one of the 3 people you don't lie to, your dentist, your gynae, and your dermatologist. Don't lie to your gynae. If you haven't been like doing what you should be doing, say it. If, like, imagine your IUD has shifted because you're not supposed to be doing certain things, certain activities. Maybe you went for a spinning class or whatever. I'm not saying that causes like your IUD to shift or whatever. I don't know. Just as an example. And then that you were doing risky behavior. And then your gynae asks, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing. And let's say then the scenario, IUD hasn't shifted, but you are experiencing pain, which could be caused by the IUD shifting. And you say nothing. Now you're making it difficult for your gynae to figure out that your IUD could have possibly shifted because you're ashamed of saying that you went to a spinning class. Make it make sense. So be honest with your gynae. To be honest with your gynae, you need to trust your gynae. You need to have a gynae who you trust, who you like. Like, it's like you guys need to vibe. You really need to vibe. I vibe very well with my gynae because she gets it. Also, don't have one of those gynaes who are super, super, super booked. These gynaes who you must make an appointment 6 months in advance to see them because they are just everywhere. Because sometimes you would have to speak to your gynae in the middle of the night. Have an appointment first thing in the morning. How are you going to do that if your gynae is unreachable and available? You need a gynae who is there for you. Who cares? A gynae who will ask you, how are you doing? How are things? How's this? How's that? Like a personal relationship. You need to have one of those with your gynae. So that's one of the most important relationships. You'll probably have a closer relationship with your gynae than you will with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And that's a fact. Because your gynae knows things that no one else does. They have seen things that no one else has seen. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, like, when I spoke to my gynae about using suppositories, I wasn't using them. I was relying mostly on painkillers. And my mom found out because I have this cabinet where I put all my pills. And the suppositories were a lot. And she was like, Shuma, are you using these things? And I was like, yeah, I am. Girl. And then I got to my gynae and my mom was like, actually, Shuma hasn't been using these things. And then she was like, hey, girl, it's either you have endo on its own or you have endo and ulcers. Because the more you take painkillers, the more you take medication, it's also affecting your ulcers. It's affecting your liver. So let's not cause more problems than we should have, you know? She was able to say those things to me. And I was like, bro, it's a suppository. And she was like, it's just a suppository. So it's the fact that we were able to have such an open conversation without judgment. I was openly able to say, guys, the lighting is gonna, because it's natural light. So please bear with me. So I was able to say these things. She was able to say those things to me because of the kind of relationship that we have had, the relationship that we fostered. So finding a gynae is not gonna be easy though. It's a thing of shopping around. Don't feel pressured to stick to the first gynae that you find. You go to the first gynae, you find that actually this person is trash. Like, the service is trash. Don't be afraid to never see them again. It's like dating. It's shopping or dating. Let's say dating. You go on the first date with someone. You're not vibing. Like, this person, it's not even a thing of you're not vibing. This person is terrible. They have red flags. So many red flags. They're staring you in the face. What do? Don't see them again. So with the gynae, don't feel like you are chained to this gynae, you're married to this gynae. No. So you shop around, you date around, look around to see which gynae resonates with you, who gets your vibe, who understands you, who can you be open with, who can you be vulnerable with, who can you just talk to, share things with. You know what I'm saying? And then as time goes on, you can even come into your consultations with your partner, and then because of the relationship you have with your gynae, that can translate to the relationship your gynae can have with your partner during those consultations. And then yeah, it makes your life so much easier. But just know that this is one of those relationships that are gonna have to be worked on. You will see this person so often. So also you. I know you don't like talking about yourself. You don't like talking about your pain, but try. I'm one of those people who don't. I'm not great. The greatest. I'm great. Don't get me wrong, I'm great. But I'm not the greatest at talking about my feelings. And so being open is something that I've had to practice actively. So also do that. Try. If you have a good gynae, they'll try to meet you where you're at. Also try and meet them where they're at. So you meet each other halfway and it makes the job easier. So they know how to help you. Don't lie. Don't downplay things. If it hurts, it hurts. If you would prefer for them not to stick that thingy up your vagina, say it. If you want to change your contraceptive but you're scared of getting pregnant, say it. Don't just take that thingy, that IUD, let them insert that IUD up there and you don't even trust it and you don't even understand, so you're even scared of asking questions, and then you find yourself in a fix. Don't. Be honest. Be open. Be vulnerable. Be aware. So these are the 6 things that I have learned from living with endo over the years. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you got something from this, from the tiny gems that I dropped, from the advice that I've so freely shared. I hope this was helpful to you. Please don't forget to like, share the video. You don't know who you could be helping. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Give this video a big thumbs up. Please also turn on your post notifications. We've established a little bit that Sundays are for EndoDiaries, but I won't always post on Sunday. So turn the bell on so you know when I post and you don't miss out. Don't miss the next episode because, baby, it's endometriosis awareness month. So prepare to be sick of me, cuties. I will be back on your screen, so you don't want to miss that. You really don't want to miss that. Someone to see my face, and also to get this knowledge, So I love you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to celebrate Endometriosis Awareness Month, guys. Tell everyone about this channel. Tell people about endometriosis. You'll be surprised as to how many people know about it. Tell people at work, tell people at school, tell your friends, tell your partner, tell whatever, tell whoever. Go around and just talk about endometriosis. You will be saving a life. Some people don't know. They need you to tell them about it. Tell them about this channel. Okay, I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.
So many things are changing.